Okay, guys, let's keep talking about actions. If we pass a variable here in our replace function, for example, Claudio, my name, as you can see, if I click on replace our button, it still says hello Laravel, because here we said this who is equal to Laravel. But if here we say who and we pass here the variable, so if we click on replace, it will say hello Claudio. There are some ways to use actions or call click or events in a LiVue, but this one, for example, this directive replace Laravel, replace with the click. It works, but this one is going to be deprecated because there are some problems sometimes when you pass arguments in our function. So even if you can find it in our documentation, I suggest to use this version because it's more stable. So I want to show you because it exists, but is better if you use this one. Okay, um, you can pass how many arguments you want in your function. We can use it, and we can, for example, say this one, and here we can say our counter is counter sorry is counter. Here we can set our counter to null, and yes, we need to put our counter here and say this counter is counter. So you can pass how many arguments you want. So if we click, as you can see, you can call it and set the counter variable. You can, of course, you can use more complex functions here. For example, you can call events. So if we say, for example, dispatch counter changed and counter, and for example, we set another component. We create PHP artisan LiVue component counter. We can find it always here. So here we clean it, we set the counter, quindi public counter is 0. We don't use increment. If we go in our blade, not hello world, but welcome, okay, and here we set LiVue counter. Let's clean some code. Leave you alone. Yes, of course. We forgot to move this here. Yes, because I use this error to explain something. If we call a variable in the PHP style and the variable is not defined, we have an exception. So we have to remove this and the error is gone. Okay, let's go to our counter blade, and here we show our counter. Counter is counter. Okay. So if we move to again hello world, if we click, just Claudio change. But if we go here and we set listeners and we copy this event here, counter changed, and we here, sorry, we say update counter. We make a public function update counter with this counter is counter, and we click here. As you can see, counter is um, changed. Of course, we are not using a plus, but if we make this one and we keep clicking, the counter is always plus 2. And close this. We can close this. Plus 2. So this is an example how to use actions connected to events. In the next videos, I will show you how to use forms and actions, and more maybe I I say more interesting functionalities.